Because you guys didn't even tell me you were police. You've been beating on the door for 2 hours. You're not saying nothing.
I guarantee you that, Chief.
Nobody did. I promise I've been recording the whole time. I just want a warrant. I want to understand why I'm being pursued.
You're gonna find out as soon as we can.
What is going on?
Open the fucking door now.
I was back there asleep. What is going on? I will open the door if I can get a copy of my warrant. Whoa, whoa. I don't understand why you guys are being so violent towards me. That's all.
We're not being violent.
Yes, you are. You just smashed my whole window in.
We are effecting a search.
What kind of a search? Can I get any response at all?
Unlock it.
I want to see a warrant.
Unlock.
I want a warrant first. This is my constitutional right to see that I am being searched with a warrant.
You are being searched with a warrant as soon as it gets here.
Then I will be sitting right here, not doing anything, trying to comply with the police that are breaking into my home. I don't have nothing in here. I don't have nothing to hide. But you just beat my door down and you're trying to make me look like a straight criminal. I don't know what I did wrong. I've been sleeping in my RV since last night. What did I do wrong, officer?
Explain everything as soon as you open this door.
I need a warrant.
I know what you need.
See what I'm saying? Why isn't that my constitutional right?
It is your constitutional right, and we will give you the warrant as soon as it gets here.
So you had to break in my door before you gave me it?
The judge has signed it, and it is on the way.
Okay, so why'd you have to break my stuff before I could come out?
Open the door.
Because I haven't seen a warrant.
Fine.
I will come out peacefully. My hands are right in your face. I promise I'm doing nothing. I just want to see why and see that this is justified, what you just did to my house.
You either open it or I'll smash every fucking window there.
I know that's right.
We're going to get
I don't
in.
care if you're recording. Open it. I got a search warrant to get in there.
For what? What did I do? Can I have my warrant and I'll come out? I don't understand. So you guys are just violently taking me?
This is not Tennessee, son. Open the door.
I don't understand what I did wrong. I feel like you guys are going to hurt me for no reason.
We're not going to hurt you.
Then why have I been in here asleep since last night and now you guys are here to attack me? I haven't been doing anything wrong. What am I doing wrong? You guys are scaring me for my life. And I'm standing here unarmed. There's a bunch of guys around me with guns are telling me to come outside for no reason. No papers to justify what they're doing to me.
We're coming in, asshole.
I'm coming out.
Wait.
I'm coming out.
Right now.
Okay,
Right now.
you guys got me scared for my life,
Right
dude.
now, unlock the door.
Seriously, I'm scared for my life.
Unlock the door.
Really? My home? I'm
Unlock-
trying to come out. You guys got me scared for my life. Here, I'm coming
Step
out.
out.
I'm coming out, guys.
Put your cigarette down.
Okay.
You understand me?
It's the other way, guys. The other way.
Comes this way.
Please, I'll help you. Don't break my house. This is all I own. Okay.
Y'all tough him up and clear the rest of it. There's supposed to be another guy in here. If there's anybody else in here, make yourself known.
It's just me. I'm by myself. My partner? What are you talking about?
That's what we're doing. He's in here eating all this shit.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about my family members that come to visit me because I got people here in West Virginia? Like, what is the big issue, dude?
Like,
Anybody in here, make
What? Because
yourself
you guys
known.
didn't even show probable cause or a warrant? Wait, hours after you got here? Come on.
Anybody?
I didn't even know what I did wrong. You see what I'm saying? What, my
marijuana
plants?
grow.
Yeah, what, my plants? You feel good for busting some plants? It started off with obstruction of justice, cultivation of marijuana, bringing substances into the state, and distributions with intent. I'm Cody Cecil, I'm 33. I come from Detroit metro areas, from a middle-class family. Everybody works at the big three. Shop life was the life. I was a skilled trade union welder before I dove off into the industry and decided to choose plant medicine and start to help spread awareness on plant medicine. I just want to give people an alternative and maybe an option other than the system's norm. The prescription pills and things that, in my opinion, are turning people into robots and zombies. I want to talk about my personal experience with opiates and Suboxone prescription pills, just all that shit. Because there's something that's weighing on me, and I'm going to make this video to make myself accountable to quit. Because it's something that's holding me back, and I've been preaching about how cannabis can be the answer to ailments that you're using prescriptions to fix, and I'm still fixing myself with the same prescriptions I'm preaching against. And it eats me alive how hypocritical I actually am. So I'm going to be real as hell, as always, and be honest and hold myself accountable, and over the next week, quit the quarter of a Suboxone that I've been using as a crutch for the last year, because I was too scared to step into 100% being sober, because I didn't want to go use on a whim. I just want to make this video and these videos so if people out there are feeling the same way, and if they're trying to make the changes, they can see that the changes are real and they're possible and you can do anything.
I'm so glad he has that, because in the beginning of all of this, he would lean towards harder drugs, and just to have him present and here with that instead of those hard drugs, it's amazing, and I'm thankful for it. And I really don't think we'd be where we are without that plant right now, you know, in a better space, a better energy, and just better with one another. We weren't always as nice as we are to one another now, and I'm just glad we can come back to one another and find each other again.
So if somebody wants sustainable medicine and a real alternative to the prescriptions that are being pushed out nowadays, then they can get in contact with us. I will try to understand their ailments, and I'll try to go through the procedures to find the correct genetics that are going to suit them best. I'll also help them with consumption methods in order to best be able to dose them without completely throwing them for a loop, having them not being able to function fully. So we'll also do genetic sourcing. I'll try to get used equipment from up north and try to just offer people an alternative. And whether that's for sustainable home medicine or for monetary gain, if they want to know what's going on in the industry up north and what steps that they would possibly take to get themselves into a business standpoint in the industry, we help with that as well. I just decided nobody was going out and helping good people like us figure out how to navigate legalization, and I decided I was going to go try to at least point people in the right direction and see if I can turn a sustainable business out of it. There's a lot of, you know, ups and downs to everything, you know, especially trying to stay above the legal lines and trying to do everything the correct ways. So there is hard times in all this, extremely hard times. If you don't have a passion for the plant, then you definitely won't survive in the industry as its current state, in my opinion. But yeah, other than that, the help that I've created for the ones that I have successfully been working with, it's priceless. So everything that we do as of right now is just information. A lot of equipment sourcing. If people want certain genetics and certain strains that are going to help certain ailments, I can point them in the correct directions for that. It's really just education and information. But at the same time, I do consult and I go in there and advise and help with agricultural growing methods, which I do for a lot of other people as well as they are continuing to grow. If they face issues, or, you know, I can help diagnose the crops, and I can help, you know, get them to a point of sustainability. I don't supply anything that could be used as a substance. I actually decided, because the need was so dire and people were requesting me, and my actually blood relatives in Virginia was asking for help. So around 2 years ago, I was in Virginia, and I helped them out for about a month and a half, 2 months, and then I was like, okay, I gotta get back home and stay with the family for a couple months before I can try to go help, you know, the next people. Well, I had an RV that I was living in at the time. This was my only residence, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna drive up and go back home to Michigan. The brake lines went on the RV up going through West Virginia, so I pulled into a campground and paid for a month so I could figure out how to get my RV fixed. Well, I was there for a couple days, and then I went up to Michigan, visit my kids for a week, and then I could come back and address the RV. in doing so, when I got back, I went to bed, and then I woke up in the morning to a bunch of angry, aggressive ass knocks on the door. I kind of thought it was the police, and then it got worse. I ignored it at first. I was like, well, I'm not going to answer that. Well, there's cops all around the RV beating on my door, and I don't know what for, so. And then it got worse and progressive. They were knocking, so I went out there and checked, and it was the police. So I went back and I went live on Facebook because I just didn't understand like why they were being aggressive, and it was more for like, you know, my safety and trying to make sure, you know, they were who they were and everything was good, because I was just kind of confused of why they were there in the first place. And when I went live, I sat there for a little bit and I was thinking, well, they're gonna have to get a warrant, you know. And then all of a sudden they started breaking into the RV. They were smashing stuff, so I came out there with the phone recording them live, and I was asking for warrants and asking to basically just understand why they were there, and you know, what kind of legal right did they have to be there breaking into my house. And they just kept telling me no, that you know, shrugging me off about the warrant, saying open this door, open this door.
I'm telling you, you need to unlock the door and come out here.
And at that point, I really started to believe. I didn't know if they were cops or what, you know, what was going on. It was, you know, kind of crazy, to be honest.
You either open it or I'll smash every fucking window there.
I know, that's right.
We're going to
Yeah,
get
I don't
in.
care if you're recording. Open it. I got a search warrant to get in there.
Thank God that they didn't shoot me that day. Just the aggressive demeanor, I was the only one trying to de-escalate everything. And just to get an understanding of what was happening. I was more in shock than anything, you know, and was like, oh my God, what are you guys doing? What's going on? And just from their demeanor, I could understand if I was out there really, you know, doing something and causing harm too. Like, I at once and one time was possibly, you know, considered, and myself would consider, a bad person and addicted to drugs, and you know, I used to do bad things a long time ago, you know, but when I chose the plant as plant medicine, and everything really flopped and 180'd in my life, and I really made a positive impact on my life, and I created, you know, such a good impact on my life. I wanted to help others, and I didn't necessarily think that I didn't think the country was still stuck in the taboo. I didn't think that, you know, maybe I was naive, but I also wasn't trying to necessarily do nothing wrong in the state of West Virginia. Honestly, just trying to get through the state of West Virginia and get back in between the legal states. I finally let them in, and they took me to jail for my plants and everything else. I had a bunch of babies and my mom plants. They were just my genetics that genuinely helped me with my ailments, really. I was holding on to my genetics. So I had a bunch of moms, and then I had a bunch of clones, a bunch of babies. So in total, in my paperwork, it says there was 18. But I'm a farmer, I just produce them. I wasn't really keeping count, I don't know. They gave me distributions with intent, bringing substances across the state line, cultivation in possession, and obstruction of justice for recording them. And they gave me a $100,000 bond, and my mom actually passed around the video, and it got given to the Real News Network, and shout out to Taya and Steve and Janice for their work. They got the story out there, and then a bunch of people from Milton and from these areas came forward, and it was kind of, you know, a crazy thing, and people were outraged to see, you know, acts being, you know, given by their people who were supposed to protect them, I guess, and it changed. Then they gave me a $20,000 bond with 10%, and then told me I was banned from West Virginia just to come back and forth to the state for court. Leading up to where we're at now, I had to rebuild and start my life all over. I got banned from the state, so I had to leave my RV down there. By the time I got out of jail, the impound bill was through the roof. I had nothing, so I had to let go of my home and everything else. I was more or less under the impression that I was more than likely going to get probation to make sure that I was, you know, following laws and being just. So I took a plea deal for cultivation of marijuana and possession with intent to deliver. I got a pre-sentence investigation. They had 5 possible outcomes. or guidelines, suggested to the judge. The prosecutor was to stand mute and let the judge make the decision. And I went back to court a couple weeks ago, and the judge decided to give me the more severe on the ends of suggestions, the 1 to 5 prison time. And he's going to charge me July 2nd at 9 a.m. when I go back for the other charge, possible 1 to 5 or possible probation on the lower end, and or consecutive, concurrent with the first charge, 1 to 5. So I think I'm pretty sure it's a possible 2 to 10. But yeah, so I got really, when I started this, I was really vocal about trying to help people and trying to, go around and make sure that people was at least getting the right information, and I was humbled, definitely, and I was completely destroyed, to be honest. I mean, I used to do live videos, and I was just talking to everybody, seeing what was, the state of the industry, where they were at, and I haven't, after the raid and everything, I haven't done really a good live or tried to get on and be vocal about anything since. I kind of, just through the two years of rebuilding, was just trying to get it over with and get on with it. And so I decided to take the plea. I kept my mouth shut through this whole thing. I mean, obviously, I know there's still 40,000, I think, people still incarcerated for the plant. And I know that the government has a 98% conviction rate. But at the same time, I really thought that things were turning for the better, for sure. I'm kind of just shocked, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. I was definitely kind of defeated. I should have stood up and at least shown, the tyranny and at least the lack of de-escalation and bad behavior on the police's part, so that didn't happen to the next guy, at least, if I get screwed. But I didn't. I got real quiet, and I just thought, they humbled me and sat me down for sure. And I just tried to move on with my life. And
it's frustrating. It's enraging that, something that's helped us so much could put him away. And to watch, all the progress he's made maybe possibly fall apart. It's hard, especially for me and my sons, because I know how hard it will be for our children. And I don't want them to feel that pain because they love him so much. And to watch him be gone, I just don't want to think about it. I can wear a smile on my face and do everything I can for them and my family, but at the end of the day, someone else has our lives in the palm of his hand. A judge, that doesn't necessarily see the benefits of this plant. It's a lot.
It was obvious that if I didn't come forward and start talking about these things, they would obviously be able to continue to go on. So I'm not okay with it. If my children go into courtrooms and have to deal with this kind of police system and these kind of, injustices, then, I'll be ashamed of us to call ourselves Americans to stand by and just let it all happen too. Whether it's jail time or probation or whatever, I just want to get through with this, and then I'm going to continue on with activism and try to continue to help people and spread the awareness and knowledge. As long as I get to come home and keep fulfilling what I'm supposed to do, then I'm okay with that. I want to see people have a strong standpoint in this emerging industry that's possibly life-changing for potentially, let's say 60-70% of the country, whether it's through monetary gains or sustainability in medicine. And I just want to make sure that a lot of good people that deserve it don't lose their place in it. So